Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. Well, as some of you know, I've been watching a trial. I'm quite fascinated with litigation and courtroom trials and drama and that kind of thing. There's been a trial going on for the past few weeks. So I've been getting up at 6:30 in the morning and working in my craft room while listening to the trial, which happened to rest today. Both the defense and prosecution rested their cases today. So tomorrow or Thursday, I think, is closing arguments, and then life will get back to normal. Meanwhile, look at this. This is what I do when I sit and listen to podcasts and whatnot. Well, especially the trial. I just started to take paper and go kind of crazy. So it's been a lot of fun. I've done a lot of little pieces of ephemera, pockets, journals, this and that and the other thing. So I thought I'd do a quick little show and tell of what I've been accomplishing um, while I've been listening to the trial. They're all very simple little crafty ideas that I did. A couple of these ideas came from different people who have their own channels and do lots of little craft ideas as well. And I'll try to remember to point them out when as I come across their little inspiration craft that I did. So for example, I guess you could break this down into different days. This looks to me like it would have been a day where I took this paper pad. I think that is it an 8x8 paper pad? Yeah, 8.5 by 8.5. And I would tear out a few pages, and then I would just sit and I would make different types of journaling pockets and different sizes. And I would, just stick to a few patterns, and then I would just mix and match little pieces of the patterns on different journaling pockets and whatnot. So yeah, and then of course very brightly colored index cards that I cut down and put into these little pockets. So that's one day where I just used my hole punch, cut different shapes, made different top pockets, side pockets, back pockets, upper pockets. Yeah, so anyway, there was this little fun craft idea. That was just this is all mindless crafting, but fun. So these, I want to share actually, you know what I'm going to do? Well, I'm not going to get rid of it. I'll just get rid of it as I go through it. So these are spine dangles, tassels, and I got this particular idea. I really love the bow tie here. Simplified it for me from the way I used to do it. And I do make tassels for my journals generally, but I don't feel I'm that great at it, nor do I claim to be. But I loved this particular, sorry about my arm there. I love how I got this idea from Cherie from Turquoise Dreaming. And I watched her video one day, and the next day I sat down when the trial started, and I just had some fun making some of these tassels. So yeah, I don't know if you guys are subscribers of hers. I'm sure most of you are, but she has a lot of great ideas, lots of fun crafty ideas. So yeah, there was these 3 tassels that I made. So I'll get these out of the way. Oopsie. Okay, and then this was, these are, let me sit back down here. There's so many things to go through here, but I won't take too much time. So these are just little, I forget what they're called. This was from an idea from Kathy's Garden. And they're just little wraparound, I guess belly band wraparound, little journaling, I guess, ephemera, little pocket tucks and whatnot. And this wraps around, and then there's a journaling card in the front, and I believe in the back as well. So yeah, I just took a bunch of paper. These are offcuts that I decided to use up. This is a lot of offcuts that I put together here just to get rid of the bin of offcuts. Oh my goodness, it's endless. Endless, endless, as you all know. So there's this one, and then there's this one. I won't open them all. Each one has a stack of paper inside. I'll open one more here. But this is just various offcuts. I used a book page as well. That's the middle. So I thought this was a cute little idea too. I couldn't do any tutorials because obviously I was busy listening to the trial. So I will do a couple of tutorials for a couple of these. I think that you guys might find fun. Oh, there's one more of these here. Okay, so there's that. Now the next, I don't remember as far as what order I made these in, but this is the, I got a lot of comments on this because I thought, I mean, people were, I think they just cracked up, but this here is a cut down toilet paper lid. We purchased it many months ago, and this box was sitting in my bin of boxes, and I just cut it down and I made it into a journal. So there you have it. I'll quickly show you the inside. I didn't decorate inside. So yeah, but this is a beautiful, beautiful old photo, legit. Like this is from the antique store down my street. So I decided this image I've had for quite some time, and her attire, I think, lent itself as far as color to the color of this journal. So I did some lace, a couple different lace background, and I did put a doily on the front cover. And here's the inside. So it's 2 signatures. Use some thrifting, let's see, I have it here. It's a roll that I found, here it is, at the thrift store, and I thought that would bind the spine well. And I added a couple of signatures and then just threw some pages together. I'll decorate it sometime. But of course I had to kind of keep moving on to the next crafty idea. So I'll set that aside. Now these I'll show you in a minute. These were fun to make. But this was, I guess, this was just, okay, yeah, this is a page pocket. So I just took a large size book page, and then I added a pocket, and then I just took some pages, cut them down. Some different printables that I have laying around. This is a printable from Sweet Pea Curiosities. I love her old funky houses. So yeah, and then I just put a few eyelets in some of them. And I don't know what I'll do with this yet, but I made it because it was something to do and I couldn't just sit and do nothing. This is another page ephemera piece, just to fold it up. It's a 12 by 12 cut to the width that I wanted, and then I just folded it up, decorated it, and it's like a journal flip down ephemera piece. So that's that. This was just an ephemera card I had, an oversized I printed it too big, and it's been sitting around needing to get used up. And the theme of it is coffee. And I just added a pocket and added some lace, and then I just found some tags stashed away, cut them down, and yeah, so there's that. So this was a bunch of, just here, I'll show you. I have a bin full of these kinds of things. Like when you're cutting your printables and stuff down and you have these offcuts left, this is what I do. I just take other pieces of scrap and I collage. So this are these collaged up. Just, there's no rhyme nor reason to them. They're just cut up, ripped up, torn up paper, glued down, inked. And this is cardstock, so they're nice and sturdy. And I will use these probably in other journals, or I don't know, we'll see. But there was this was one particular day I decided to do that, and I guess this is what this looks like. Just another pocket journal. This is attached, but here is a large jumbo collaged playing card I did, I don't know, 2 years ago probably. So I finally decided to use it. And then there's some paper in here for journaling and some more cards. And on the back I just added, oh, this is a wraparound belly band, I guess. A larger one of, yeah, so this one is a larger one of this, more or less. So yeah. Now these, well, I'll show you today. This is what I did today. So, funny enough, this piece here is, I want to show you guys these because this is how simple you can do these on your own. So this one here was from the inside of this extra large cookbook that I got at a thrift store. I took the inside book out because I wanted the cover. So this flap here on the, this is the back inside cover, but I took the flap from the front inside here and it became this. So I added a nice coffee dyed page paper at the back. And I just started tearing. I took background book pages and then I just took some offcuts and I, you know, just cut them into different shapes, tore them up actually into different shapes. And then I took my paper punch, my round one, punched a hole, and then it became a specimen window. And then here's a journaling card. So I did these today. These three that I'm going to show you, I did today while I was listening to the trial. And in between, I make lunch, I make dinner. So, I mean, I don't literally sit here all day long, but yes, I do. I sit here for hours and I just cut and paste and glue and ink. And here's a journaling card here. And it goes in this window here. Hopefully I'm in frame. This is an extra large tag card. So I thought, well, it's awfully large. It's an 11 by 7. No, not 7. Let's see. How wide is it? It's an 11 by 5.5. Okay, so yeah. But I thought, you know what? I could easily cut here, depending on what journal I'm going to make. And I could cut here. I could use it for a pocket, or I could cut it here. And this is just a specimen pocket. So it's just, you can use different shapes. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I just wanted to create with the size that it was originally. And I will decide what I'm going to do with it another time. But isn't this cool? Just fun, fun, fun. Easy, easy, easy. Every one of you can do it. This is a brown bag. My husband went to the pharmacy the other day and said, here's a brown bag. So he knows me. And all I did is, in fact, all I did is, you can see the shape of the bag originally. I just folded up this portion and then I folded over this portion and I just started to tear and cut. So this is a little journaling spot that I tucked in here, right into the inside flap. And I decorated the folded up portion. And I decided to make them, the two panels, I decided to make into pockets. You can do whatever you wish, but took some more offcuts and I just, yeah, made into some journaling cards that fit into these pockets. And this is a wonky shape, but that's because there's some wonky angles that I used. And then I use offcuts here. And then on the back is another pocket with a couple of journaling cards. So there's that. That's just an altered paper bag. This falls out, but if I tie it with the tool, then it's fine. But yeah, so I guess I could call this, in the last few weeks, paper explosions. Just fun crafting ideas. And then the very last, I also made a Peter Rabbit journal that I believe I have a video of it. I made that during the trial, I think earlier on, maybe the first week or two. And this here is a mailer. This came in the mail, and all I did, this is another one. All I did was I took some different papers, and you can see underneath this here is a book page, and then I covered it with coffee dyed paper, and I decided to make these to be 2 specimen pockets. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for yet, but this is one, and I put a little dangle, backed it onto coffee dyed, so that fits nicely in here. Took a bit of, I wanted certain images to be in the window, so I had to make sure I cut it so that only this would fit in the window. So you're sometimes spending a little extra time for size-wise, sizing up your papers. But and there's this with another little dangle, and it pops in the top. So yeah, it's nice and sturdy. We'll see, I could cut it right down the middle. I left a little gap, and it's I have book page behind it, but I could cut it here, and then it gives me 2 nice sized journaling pockets, which I probably will do in all likelihood. So there's that. And then this here, this is definitely one that I'm going to do a tutorial on. I have the tutorial stuff prepared, because I think you guys are gonna, if you haven't already made these, you're gonna want to make one, I think. And this is just an extra large book. I hope you guys have some extra large books around. You don't have to. You can make these smaller. But this is just a cookbook. Do I have it in here? No, I put it in the other room. But the pages are nice and large. So I got this idea again from Kathy's Garden. And all you do is you will fold it up and you add your paper. I'm going to show you how to do all that. I did sew around this one just for fun. Can you see the stitching? And you don't have to. I'll show you the ones I made where I didn't use my machine. But these makes really nice. Look how large these pages are for journaling. So this isn't a new idea at all. I've made many in the past out of paper bags and stuff, but this one is just I think my first that I made out of book images. Anyway, so there's that one, and there's this one that isn't sewn. Some lace and some lace trim. And this one opens up, and this is a nice piece of washi, and I did some coffee dyed dyeing paper, and I added some to this particular folder. I also, the other day, I did some vanilla dyeing. I didn't have any coffee made at the time, and I just I felt inspired to stain a few pages, so I did about 25, and I used vanilla. Just poured vanilla in a pan, and I dipped the pages and I put them in the oven. You can see the oven racks here. And this is a mix of white copy paper and a couple of pieces of coffee dyed. So there's this one. And let's see. Then I made another one. This one's smaller. Put a little black dangle on it. And I used some tulle for a closure. But the image on this one they're all food related. So this is a cookbook of mine that I bought, I think for the purpose of crafting, because the pages are bigger. So I'm going to show you this though. It's very simple and really fun to make. You guys will be able to fire off so many in a day. So this one is a bit different. Again, I used the black tulle, but what I did is it's not magazine or book page per se. It's just a simple, what did I use? Can't remember if this is, oh it is, yeah, it is the magazine that I used for the rest, but I covered them up. I left the pages a bit wider than the actual cover, just for fun, just for a different effect. You can see here they're trimmed off, and here I left them wider, just to see what it would look like, and I don't mind it. Again, I used the washi to cover up the 3 staples. And then here is some more pages for journaling. So yeah, here's the inside. The papers from this book are on the thicker side, so it is nice and sturdy. And I just used some printables, cut them up and decorated. And this one is, oh, this was a piece of paper I had from junk mail, and I really liked the barbed wire image, kind of from the top to bottom, and I decided to finally use this page, and I just added some paper in it, just like I did the other 3 that I'm going to show you how to make, and I folded it over, and it's a little journaling, I don't know, pouch, I guess. Is that it? I wonder. That's it. For the tutorial, which I will do tomorrow, I'm not going to keep you guys any longer today, but I gathered another book page. So all you're going to need is a good sized book page, and I'm going to show you how to fold it up, and I'm going to show you how to add the pages, and then we'll fold it over once we secure them in. And then it goes over like this, and then it becomes your pouch. So we'll do this tomorrow. If anyone's interested, check back. You'll see my video if you click notifications. Let's see, is that it? I'm sure I've made a few other things around my craft room, but I think for today that's enough show and tell for you. I hope that this has inspired you guys to just grab your paper. Just grab paper and start. Oftentimes I have no idea what I'm going to do when I come in here. But I knew just with listening to the trial for the last few weeks, I wasn't going to do too much of a difficult project. Although I did make the Peter Rabbit journal while listening to the trial. But this here, I'm going to do something with this very soon, I'm sure. So these are the collaged paper cuts, offcuts, some paper pockets, and another pouch here. I'm going to wrap everything up nicer than this after, but this is the wraparound, and a specimen pockets, journaling cards. Oh, did I show you this paper bag? I did. This was the paper bag. Okay, I did show it to you. But yeah, that's just a simple paper bag. And the inside of the book page, the flap label, the flap, yeah, I just decorated the flap up. So there's that. And these little babes here, cutie patooties, that'll make some cute ephemera. And these very loud, decorative offcuts or just different page pockets with the paper pad. So there's that as well. So that's what I've been doing, you guys. I know you guys have been just as busy, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm glad the trial's just about over. By the end of the week, it'll be completely finished, and I can get back to doing, more videos and tutorials and stuff with you guys. So I hope that this inspired you guys to get yourselves going and to keep creating with whatever you're doing. It's a lot of fun. Paper, 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 and more paper. That's my life these days. So I'm so appreciative if you stopped by, and I hope this kind of inspired you to enjoy some of your own little crafty creations. And I hope that you'll have fun doing it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.